Nothing's coming out of my phone. Oh, I hear myself double. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's coming out of Twitter. It's just delayed. I didn't hear you through the StreamYard. Not.
I just muted you in here and I couldn't hear you on X.
Okay, so let's see. Can you hear me on X now? Try that out. If you can hear me on X.
I hear you double now.
Okay, so you need to mute your mic on Discord. It's going to be some kind of delay is what I'm thinking. Yeah?
Sorry, yeah. I hear you on X.
You hear me on X now. Okay.
Yeah.
So how about this? How about I add you to the stage up here so you and I can talk and get this show going?
I mean, I can still talk to you here. I'm just muting the StreamYard.
Okay, but people won't be able to hear like our conversation. They'll only see a one-sided conversation.
Really? I'm pretty sure like they'll be able to hear me because you're streaming this Discord screen.
Okay, so let's go ahead and go to the Thunderdome. Let's
Sweet.
try it out. Fuck it. We'll do it
Let's
live.
do it.
Hello. Okay. So what I'm thinking is that I can just maybe if I just close out the audio. No, I need the audio on from the tab so that people on StreamYard can hear. Right?
Keep that setting.
There we
It was
go.
working.
There we go. Okay. You hear us all. Okay, loud and clear. Perfect. Okay. Anybody who wants to come up, go ahead and come up. Let's go. Let me see.
No, I was just gonna let y'all know we could hear you guys perfectly on X. I just don't know how you guys sounded to each other.
I like it.
Woohoo.
Okay, let's do this. All right. Okay, people. We're gonna just go ahead and run it. So
fuck it, we'll do it live.
We're doing it live, dude. Come on, we're all friends here. Okay, so everybody, welcome to Whoever's Labs, whoever's long looking. So we're doing a little bit of stuff with Cube right now, the exchange. So just gonna do just a couple of things here on Bitcoin right now. I'm gonna start that off. So this is what everybody's been looking at. Are we gonna break out here? Okay, we're finding resistance here. Let's go to 15-minute time frame. Not I'm gonna be honest.
Hey,
oh yeah, what's up?
I can't see your chart.
You can't see the
Yeah, it's not loading.
Okay, let's fix that. Let's fix that.
Share the whole screen, rat.
That's what I've been trying to do, and it doesn't do it. That's the issue.
Is the Discord on that screen?
Yeah. Here, let me see. I'll try. I'm gonna go ahead and stop that. I'm gonna go ahead and the entire screen just for Manny. Let me see here. Yeah, you see that? Okay, so I'm gonna go yell at Jit to tell him to buy a better version of TradingView for Cube because I'm pretentious like that. I'm pretentious like that. I need better tooling. So anyway, this is where we're at right now. So we have our M harmonic that we completed. So usually when we have these things like this, I mean, you just got to look at it. We're at a range, right? So we're starting to flip over here on the RSI. Nothing on the, I would say the 4-hour time frame. Nothing really to write home about on 4-hour here. But yeah, I mean, can we break out there? I don't see why we couldn't, and we're gonna get another pop up to actually break this kind of this flagging pattern that we have here. But if we want to go ahead and what's up? Can you guys see the screen? Because I see it live on like my end. Let's see. Let's try to fix that. Do you see it now? Okay. Okay. So there we go. What's up? You see it? Okay, per Sloth. Sloth said it looks good, so I don't really care what anybody else says. Thank you for your comments. However, you guys are commenting, it's awesome, dude. Please keep them rolling. If you guys want to see stuff in the comments, just let me know, or like see a chart, just throw them in there. And dude, my day was made. Sloth is here. Okay, dude. As you guys know, I'm a big old goon. Not oh shit, I just said it. I don't mean goon like play with myself, but yeah, I'm a big old goon. So like a bag of wine. I don't know. All right, let's go. We got a harmonic here. Does this one satisfy what makes me happy? For the most part, yeah. So you got the swing structure we're measuring here. Got our bouncies, and I know you guys here. You guys know really good about the harmonics and stuff like that. So you're starting to see this W pattern right here, and then you see another W pattern. But ultimately, you hit a larger harmonic here. So we're actually looking for something, I would say, like on the hourly time frame or something. We're trying to find out where we're going to go, right? So I'm going to flip back and forth from like the different screens because TradingView has a lot of my notes. But again, like I just want to say we're working in collab with Cube Exchange. So check it out. I mean, like I said, I'm going to be posting a lot more and be trading on here because ultimately I want rewards and farm some of the airdrop that they're going to be doing. And you guys know me already. I'm always trying to bring back some kind of, something back to the community for our small community. So whatever I get, I'm willing to share. So, there's like 7/8 of the pile. I'm down to give away like maybe a 45th of the 8th or something, but just kidding. You know me. I love my people. A lot of math. Let's switch out. I already can hear Manny saying, "Out with it, coward." Okay. Let's see. And anybody wants to come up over here to the stage in the Thunderdome, just let me know. Okay, let's see. All right, let's go. Going back to the house. Can you guys see the regular chart here? TradingView? Solid. Okay, perfect. It's exactly what I wanted to see. All right, there we go. Chat. Nice. Okay. And the reason why what's up? What you guys can't see it on X? Yeah, we'll get the handle on this one just because it's a little bit different. we're starting because I'm streaming also on YouTube right now. So yeah. So everybody says I got people saying that it's good on X. So, and I know a lot of you guys show up here in Discord, so there's a little bit of a back and forth here. So we'll figure it out, though. I mean, let's get to the bottom of this. Okay. So something that I haven't given up yet on the trend is that we're still holding this value area high. Let's go over here. I'm going to take this out because some of these notes are crowding out. Okay. Obviously, this weekend, there was like this pattern is like gross, right? It's like not going anywhere. You get a pump, you get the dump, you get another dump. But if you guys look at from the swing structure from back here that we were measuring, you still haven't left this volume profile here. This is a value area high. So you keep kind of bouncing above it. So I'm kind of thinking you don't necessarily have a lot of edge here. Let me see here. Let me see. Just keeps loading on Discord and throws error. Discord rugging. Okay. Good feedback here. Okay. Thanks for the feedback. Here, I'm going to try to reload it. We back again? Thank you. Okay. If we're back again, tell me. Okay, perfect. So I'm just going to keep... No, that's fine because most people in the chat are saying that they can see it. Okay, so like I was saying, I marked it off the value area high. Remember, I leave a lot of notes on the chart, and anybody who's like in the squad that shows up all the time, we kind of go over the same chart. So anybody who's new here, just hang out and you'll find out all the different little things that we leave on charts, right? You're going to start seeing the M patterns, W patterns. And ever since we started here with Leverage Labs, it's always been an educational thing. And being part of an ape is not necessarily that you're just like another NFT. Yeah, we're an NFT, or we have our badges and our insignia, but at the same time, we're learning how to trade together. And a lot of people here have just learned a lot of the patterns, maybe not get into certain situations as far as buying a high or selling a low. And that's kind of how we just leave things, right? It's like, if you come into Leverage Labs and you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing with a chart. Well, even if you just learn, don't sell a low or don't like buy a high, you're already winning, because I remember being there before when I was like, oh shit, Bitcoin's moving, I better buy. And then it dumps. And I'm like, why does that keep happening? So we kind of try to help people how to avoid doing that. Maybe you'll be a trader and get like you'll want to learn how to trade more, or you just learn how to buy spot and, DCA better. We attack all of that. We also do leverage trading. So that's where you get into the emotional contracts, but at the same time, we do that too. And I'm a big degenerate when it comes to meme coins. And I don't necessarily give that off to the masses, but I play meme coins a lot because those are my favorite things to do, because I'm a total bonehead and I like memes a lot. So I like taking life a little bit not serious. So memes are the best way and have fun. But a lot of people get wrecked with that shit, including myself. So there's a little bit more gambling there, but let's look at Bitcoin just like we were. I'm going to jump around. Okay, value area low. And what I mean by that, guys, I'm going to keep these notes up here. I'm going to erase this guy here because it's just doing a little bit more. It gets a little bit too clouded here. Okay. Measuring this swing structure here, this value area low to high. This was important. And what I did was I used this volume profile right here. If you go to your left of your screen, if you're on TradingView, and you go over here to your fixed range volume profile, you're basically able to find out where there's a lot of action on the chart, where there's volume nodes where you're likely to find some support, or there's point of control. And we'll get into that a little bit more as we move on, like doing this all the time. And you start finding your value area lows, your value area highs. So I have to mark them off because it doesn't label it for you. So a lot of the people in our squad that are traders, they'll put this on the chart just because it doesn't automatically populate. And depending on what you're trading, whether you're swing trading, scalp trading, intraday trading, this all changes to what you're doing. But if you're looking at something from like a higher time frame, which I'm doing right now, obviously this dates back, this value area low to this value area high here. It's dating back to when we created this range, and that's back at basically, 12 of November 2024. So we'll learn how to set fibs, teach everybody how to set fibs. And what I'm trying to do right now is like, okay, this was the range, this was the swing low right here, 74.5, to the swing high up here, which was 11, pretty much 112K, right? And that's on the Coinbase chart. And as you guys know, I repeat shit a lot. Okay. When I say something is happening on a certain chart and I say, like, basically I say Coinbase chart, is because there are price discrepancies, okay, between all these different exchanges, between USDT, between USD and all that stuff. I took off another indicator that I'm messing around with. And yeah, I mess around with the indicators just to kind of reassure my trades. But I'm more based on pattern identification. So you guys just kind of get to know me a little bit more. Yeah, pattern identifications is my jam. So and the indications and the indicators just help me out. Just kind of like, oh, okay, I don't know what's happening here. Let me try to figure it out. Okay, value area low, value area high. Again, we broke out of it one time, ended up pulling back. We held a certain fib level. Here, I'll just show you guys. I mean, might as well. So I'm always looking for one of the things that I also use is Elliott waves. So this is a very shallow two that I don't even want to like even get into that. But if we're using it as a potential fourth wave, we're right in the money. We hit the 236, 382. The 50% still counts. So if this actually ends up being a fifth wave structure, like I said, this is super shallow, but I'm going to use it. This is your 3, and we're putting in our 4 into our 5. That would put us right now at about 113.5K Bitcoin. And anything we bust over that, that's going to put us over here at about 119K Bitcoin, which I don't find very unrealistic. But at the same time, we are at a high. Yeah, I know the horny chat is engaged, but at the same time, it's not necessarily that unrealistic for that to happen. And one of those things we also say, burn that pattern into your head, right? We basically have a swing structure here. You're creating a double bottom, and oftentimes you go one more time. You know, it's that swing structure. It's a swing high. Okay. So I'm not necessarily bearish. I'm kind of flat right now just because you don't have a lot of edge here. We just don't. You know, to tell you that I know where it's going, and I'm just guessing, spraying and praying, and just being like, oh, yeah, we're going up. And then tomorrow when it goes up, I'm like, oh, hey, I told you, remember? Nah, I'm not that type. I'm going to tell you straight up. There's not a lot of edge here. So, okay. And the reason why I'm saying that it could be done, because if we're doing a 5-wave structure here, it's there. This could already be like you completed a 5-wave structure here. And usually after a 5-wave structure, we have some kind of a pullback. But again, we could also be forming a range, which typical with 4-wave moves, the trend stops advancing. So you continue to go here sideways. You keep going sideways until finally people get bored. You start coming down here. People start shorting the low. And then what does it do? It reverses. So I can see this happening also. Okay. Let's go look at some other stuff. Okay. As far as indicators here. Okay. And again, if you guys want to see a certain thing, I see people posting in the comment section on X. I don't know how you guys are doing that, but let me see. Jack said I can't hear anything, but I think that was old messages. Okay. Let me see. Comments. Yeah, I see Mim here. Thank you. Camp, thank you. So, and Salamis. Oh, thank you for that. Yeah, you can read off the Discord because I don't want to be switching back and forth until I, until, until I got. I'm not a boomer with using StreamYard. Bear with me. I know. Bear with me, guys, because we do this shit daily. It's just we're doing it in a bigger audience now. So here you go. Which I don't mind. I just it's something new. There's a learning curve. Okay. So we had talked about this amongst ourselves in Discord before. I'm not necessarily bearish right now on Solana. I know a couple people are like, I see tweets, and I don't really look at tweets from other people and traders just because I have my own biases and my own trading skills. But it doesn't hurt to see what else people are doing. And if you guys keep showing up to the squad here, and if you guys start posting charts, people that already are here, I rather look at people's charts here because it's raw. Like, hey, I'm trying to learn here. What do you see? What do I see? And then I'm like, sometimes I'm like, oh shit, I didn't see that. Thank you. Right. And it's a back and forth thing. But sometimes when you're like preaching to the choir and I'm supposed to chart bullish because somebody's paying me to chart bullish, well, I don't do that. Just simple. If I think it looks like shit, I'm gonna say again, it looks like shit. I don't care if it's Pengu and everybody's like buying fucking dolls and all that. So what? I'm gonna. There you go. And here's where you guys are lucky. I tend to be more bullish just because I think there's a lot of personality that's involved with charts where it's either being short or long, and then there's also the reality broker. And some of you guys that don't know, I mean, I'm a mental health professional, so I try to keep out the emotion from trading, which helps me a lot. But at the same time, I can't help being optimistic because being negative really doesn't bring me that much more insight into fucking anything in life. So, all right, moving on. Solana, we have our bullish harmonic here. Okay, this was the trade setup that we all shared and made here together. What is it, last week or the week before? So we had our swing structure here and with harmonics, okay? So these are tricks of the trade, pun intended. You have your M, right? Potentially this was our low, which was at, 95.32. Okay, so a lot of times it's cool to catch the bottom, but ultimately with me, I'll buy some stuff here, maybe with some leverage or some spot, but mostly spot because if it goes lower, then I'm not going to be big sad. But if I do like a nice position with leverage, then I'm like, I have to be more precise because I'm ultimately catching a knife, right? So I have tight stops too. So a lot of times I take multiple tries at something to try to get it. And sometimes I'm just like, well, I'm not getting it. So I just got to walk away. Ultimately, as some of you guys know, when I say I'm going to bring out the Louisville Slugger, what I mean by that is when we have a correction like this and you fall into a 618, you measure the swing low, swing high into the 618 to 707, and you start seeing an impulsive move, you see a reaction like this, there could be a really good chance once you start breaking this 236 that you're going to start building here, consolidate, and then do another move to the high side. Something that's important with harmonics that, I haven't read this in the book yet, but maybe it's there. Once you have a harmonic, the first entry that you have in this order block, you tend to reject, which we did. And now we're basically going in our second attempt. So the second attempt usually smashes the order block. So that's why right now with Solana, there isn't a reason for me to be bearish until I see like a pretty decent or gnarly rejection here at 166, which we saw that here, but that's part of the process once you reject out of the order block. Okay. So now what we want to do, you don't have a lot of edge here. It can go up or down. You heard it here first. No, I just the way trading is. Like right here, you don't have a lot of an edge. So this is how you can get a little bit better insight as to what you're looking for or an entry. Fixed range volume profile. Okay, we're gonna go to the swing low to the current candles, and it's gonna give us all right, value area high of this swing structure to the current from this swing low to the current candles. Your value area high is going to be 180. Your point of control is at 150, which we so far have breached it. Okay, and the value area low is right at our 618. And for anybody new that didn't realize it, Leverage Labs 618, same things. And 618, we have a bunch of apes because the 618%, 618% is a very important number on any chart, stocks, crypto. Yeah, so that's why we named our collection 618. Very important place, golden ratio. So actually, a golden ratio is 1/618, but 618 is also an important one. So here we go. Break above the 236, 166 up here. We're looking better to actually tackle the whole trade from here. This was our stop loss, which was our areas where ultimately they're looking to run a stop, but we had a reaction. This is the area you get in. Bang. Here was our risk. Okay. The risk to reward here. What does it give us? Ratio 5.71. Okay. You were looking for a 63% move if the chart, if we remain bullish. So far we're looking okay. And there's another harmonic within one. Okay, first attempt. So if we come back again one more time and then swing up, very good possibility. And I tend to like also that we dumped out today. Or we were flat to dumped out, because usually on Mondays, we do the kind of opposite thing on a Tuesday. So there we go. That's Solana. I'm not going to trade. I'm not going to change this. Go ahead. What's up? Farcoin, yeah. Okay, so with this guy here, I'm not going to change a lot of this because this trade is still in action. There's not a reason for me to cut this right now because one, I have an in-profit stop loss already in, and number two, the chart hasn't told me otherwise yet to basically close this out. So I'm going to leave this up here. And remember, I like to find trades because of my lifestyle. I'm not at the computer at all times. So I like swing trading. I like trades that I can hold on to for a bit and see it play out, use trailing stop losses and all that stuff. A lot of you guys hear me saying the same shit over and over again. But for anybody new, repetition usually starts sinking in and people become better traders because of it. So I have not tried it there. A lot of times I use Kraken for that. Yeah, Kraken has a pretty dope setup when it comes to trailing stop losses. Okay, let's go to Lefort coin. Lefort's Fart coins. Nice. Does it actually say Fart coins? Beautiful. Beautiful. This chart is a menace. Aha. Work in progress. Have not changed. A lot of times, guys, I mess up when I don't if I don't keep my trade and what I project, and then I start fiddling with it, that's usually where it doesn't play out. And then I'll look back and I'm like, God damn it. Let me Poco. I've been trying to get this shit to work for like 20 minutes. Have you tried going in on X? Yeah, imagine people having your founder's phone number. God, I hate myself. Not you, Ishii. you're nice to talk to. No. YouTube is on the move. Okay, YouTube is the move. All right, man. No, this is good to know. I mean, you guys already know. I know I'm doing my stuff with Cube and stuff, but like we went to Discord and we huddle in there because I got more votes that Discord's better. I like X because we got socialized in there and just chitter chatter, and people come in, and every once in a while you'll come in and be like, "Oh, you guys are buying meme coins. You guys are fucking terrible people." You remember those guys? You guys are terrible. You guys are pagans because you don't. Yeah, and then I get all mad. I'm like, "Go fuck yourself, man. Who fucking asked you? Why the fuck are you in here? You know, I don't care about your gender." Yeah, you're right. And I was like, "I don't care about your gender." So, but anyway, gender asshole. Okay, with Fartcoin, again, I'm not fiddling with this chart all that much. I don't post this stuff here because these projections, there are my projections, and I just don't like people getting way too horny on stuff, because if it doesn't go right, then I don't want people to follow something I put out and you get wrecked. I mean, the whole point is to make money, not fucking lose it. And sometimes I'll post stuff where I think multiple people can make money, not just me, right? If I think that it's just me that's gonna make money, I probably don't post it because I'm just gonna make money, and I'm probably gonna dump. So that's also part of the game. You sell your coins to somebody else at the fair market value when you're ready to go. So happens all day long. All right, with Fartcoin, I'm gonna shout out to my boy Panda, because he had shown me a chart and it's still in play. And basically, we're looking at something potentially, like I said, every Elliott wave trader is going to have a different count. Sometimes you're just straight up wrong, and sometimes it's like, well, I don't know if it's this, or I don't know if it's that. Well, I'm going to go what I think it is, and I think this is a leading diagonal. So we had our diagonal move right here, counted it out. You have 3-wave moves within a triangle here, this rising wedge, perfectly. When you measure this thing from the low, okay, this is where I started because this is where the impulse began. Boom, you're right in your 618. I'm even going to give this, if it came down all the way to 66, I'm open to it. It's fine. But this was the money spot right here. It was to get in here, had a nice reaction that we wanted to see. So a lot of times I've told people, if we start getting a good reaction and holding above this level, there is a good chance that we're actually in the high time frame third wave impulse. And what a high time frame third wave impulse looks like is like this. Something like this, multiple days of just up only. Okay, that's really what we want to capture. I'm going to show you guys a different thing of what I mean. Okay, so here, boom, you got 1, 2, 3. That's where everybody's like, yeah, we're so back. And then right here, it's so over, but then we're so back. Okay, look for 5-wave structures like this. They look like that. Draw them out. They're fun. And the more you try to find them, the more you're going to be like, oh, shit. Those people at Leverage Labs, that 618 guy, he was fucking talking all about all his schizophrenia, but it actually works. Okay? That's a 5-way structure. That's what it looks like. If I can see the X chat, yes. I can see Boars said something in there. He says, yo, Poco reposted. I think he finally figured it out. Okay. Poco's over there with his beer coin. He's with his AI right now going, okay, what? Oh, what's up, Tig? Hello. Oh, that's a misleading that's a misleading statement, because a bear is like, that could be like the bear chain bears. That could be like, oh, wow, Poco, I didn't know you were bagged up like that. All right, dude. Buying pictures. I love who's the one who said it last night. I think it was bullish. He's all, why do I feel like I want to buy right now an NFT? I'm like, haha, idiot. Anyway, I love NFTs. I LARP like I hate them, but I really like them. I was talking to Burzy about that. I just like art. I like art. And yeah, it's cool. But I'm not about to spend a bunch of money on a bunch of rugs. And if you were here for 2021, those rugs were amazing. Origami. I love that name, Origami Hands. My favorite's Custard Hands, but Origami. Leverage_labs is the same thing as Twitter. Yeah, and you guys know I don't necessarily market myself that much because the community that we have is small, and I kind of like it that way because that's how we build strong little trading community, and then if it decides to get bigger, it gets bigger organically. I ain't trying to push nothing on anybody. So if you're here, you're here. Thank you for being here. We'll learn together. And if anybody wants to tell me how to do my shit, well, kick rocks because this is our house. Yeah, this is our house. So, and I said our house. Is Jitoshi even in the Discord? Amazing, dude. Pancakes is here though. Pancakes is here. Sloth is here in the other capacity over there. But yeah, so a lot of people I'm thinking are just in the X chat versus the Discord, which makes sense. So let me see. Boom, 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 boom. So Fartcoin, long-winded answer. I think we're gonna go up. We do a lot of explaining too. Oh, Cube is here. Oh, look at that, dude. Hell yeah. Woo. If you're on mobile, I guess a lot of people are it's crashing out on mobile. So I think a solution you can do to that is actually getting on your desktop. Maybe get off of the stair climber or the elliptical machine. Yeah, you don't look that good on the elliptical machine anyway, so just get off of it, dude. That's like body masturbation, dude. Yeah, YouTube's live too. Yes, people are over on YouTube right now. So anybody who's looking for the YouTube, I am probably gonna start doing short clips there. Maybe kind of like edit some of these these episodes that we're doing here. And I have a whole bunch of stuff for learning, but I also have done that stuff for what's his name, for the apes. We have a lot of educational stuff, books and all that. So anybody who was able to score an ape early on, yeah, you have access to a pretty big library, which I leak in because I just know the whole learning thing. Desktop now. Can you Sino, are you able to go on X instead of just being in the Discord? Because what I'm starting to think is that it's probably better off that people just go to the X stream versus Discord. Yeah, it's a little bit of a learning curve here. So I just want to see what I think works better for everybody. And I'm sure I'll read comments later. So, and then I'll get the feedback and then we move on from there. Okay, so again with Fartcoin, what's up? Go ahead. Hello, I hear. Who is that? I know. I thought I heard Manny. Hi, Rat. There he is. Okay, I see props. I see Manny in here. So I'm just flipping back and forth around here. Manny, you there? Are you there? He left, big rat. Okay. Anyway, not looking at that. Let's see. Fartcoin. Long-winded. Sorry. So just kind of giving a little bit of explaining because there's a lot of. What's that? Huh? Just UAD. Oh, for Twitter, they only hear me, so they don't hear you, Ishi. So maybe you have to mute your Discord and unmute your StreamYard. No, because then they're gonna be like, "Whoa, who's he talking to?" So anybody that actually wants to come up on stage on StreamYard, here I'm gonna go ahead and throw it up. Probably, yeah. Here, I'm gonna add you to the stage. You're on stage, yeah. You just need to unmute. Yeah. Oh, why did I send
Try
it to
that
you?
now.
Oh, you
Maybe
got to
people
mute yourself
won't
on
think-
Discord.
Ah, fucker. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Oh, okay, sick. Cool.
Yeah, I can hear you
Yeah.
great. Cypher, yeah. Okay, so real quick, finish up with a Farcoin chart here. Again, it's important to know where we're at, and this is I think it's a pretty decent projection because we really there's no reason to think why we're gonna go lower right now since we got an impulse reaction where we wanted that. So again, once we start building over 118, I think we're in a better situation. Right now, it's likely that we can just move sideways, like pull back into like buy zone until we actually breach that 118 level again and we start building some price, and then you get up impulse. And then it'll confirm our bias to continue to go up. Okay, we got Quan up here.
Yes,
So
sir.
if you're talking up here, yeah. If you're talking up here, probably mute your Discord. And yes, I'm seeing the feedback in the chat, so you're more than welcome for feedback. I'm not gonna get mad at you and be like, "What are you telling me that I need to do better?" No, I want to do better. So, okay, here you go. Really, the levels I'm looking at with Farcoin, eventually, you're gonna break the high. At least it's looking like 281. And if we remain super bullish, I see this thing hitting like $3. Yeah. Until otherwise, I think we're in a decent situation. Give me 1 second. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay. You said Cypher? Thank you. Is this it, Manny? Rat.
I lost him. He's not on the Discord anymore.
Oh, you're double now.
Tell Manny to come on the StreamYard. Fuck.
You're double now.
How about this? Sorry.
You're good now. Yeah.
Better?
Yeah, that's it.
It's too many screens.
Yeah, it's a little bit like all over the place. Cypher Crypto Capital Fund on NASDAQ. All right. SPX. This only captures the daily. It says no data here. Manny. Okay, AD, SEI. So it's Cypher the miner. Oh, dude. I'm gonna kill you. There you go. Look at that, dude. Look, jam on, guys. Look at this. Okay. Somebody's gonna be mad at me because I said buy Cypher and they didn't buy Cypher. Yeah. If my wife is listening, I have to be like Key and Peele. I told her to buy Cypher and she didn't buy it. She loves it when I tell her to buy things and she doesn't. Okay. Sorry, I need to drink water. Good. Swing structure, pull back into 50%. That's golden zone. You don't have to get the whole thing. You obviously saw the reaction. Pulled back here. Now we're at a 236. Resistance. Okay. Resistance. And just like we talked about the other thing. Okay. You guys see a pretty clear harmonic here. Swing high, swing low, swing high. Right here, anchor. This is the reaction you want to see. So in terms of what we just said, once you get the first interaction here with the order block, which obviously this right here shows a lot of action. People will call it support resistance over time. I just be honest with you, I don't I don't look at things as support resistance anymore. I just look at them as like value area high, low, order blocks. So, yeah, this is a support. This is a resistance here. So first breach into the order block that we were showing here. What do we typically do? Like we said on the other one, you tend to pull back. Could it be a shallow pullback back to this 236? Yes. Potentially a re-entry down here to $3. That'd be cool. The CEO is old CEO from Riot. Great scammer. Yes. Unfortunately, people may not like it, but some people are good scammers. And maybe they're worth paying attention to because they're good at pumping coins. But the key is to get out before them. So, but that's stocks too. There's a lot of people that just like, okay, let's pump this shit. Manny, I love him. Okay, so with Cypher, again, if you get this pullback anywhere again into this 236, $3, it's probably a buy. And after we get that, we're going to start taking out the other levels. Okay. So with harmonics, for like real quick, simply, these are all targets. Target. Okay. We ran it a little bit, pulled back. Target. Okay. If you have some leverage on there, you know, that's a percentage. If that's what you're looking for, that would have been a little scalp. But then once you start breaking above that pivot, start building price above this thing, that's where you start going into the next pivot, which is right here, the B pivot. Now that we're in it, the order block, and you may see a pullback. And then when it bounces back up, where are we going to potentially look for another target? Right here, the other anchor of the C. And if that breaches out, boom. If that ends up happening, you're basically in a pretty large range. But right now, it's looking like it's doing a chop city here until eventually we're going to go up. Yeah. The Bitcoin miners have not, I don't think that they've gotten their justice this round, but it's kind of like NFTs, right? Everybody's waiting for a pump on NFTs and it just doesn't happen. So I'm kind of looking at miners the same way. It's like, fuck, they actually pumped pretty good. They went from like $2 to like 20, like CLSK CleanSpark. That went from like $2.
I was just gonna say.
Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, if you want to look at CLSK on the daily Ichimoku cloud, it is very close to breaking through the daily Ichimoku cloud,
Okay.
and the cloud flipping green.
Perfect. Okay.
Whenever you want to get around to it, but let's hot.
When Cypher and the Bitcoin miners tend to take off, they all kind of move in unison. Not all of them, but a lot of them. So right here, I have them all kind of sectioned off here. Let me move it over to your miners here, Bitcoin miners. There's a lot of perverts here. So anyway, yeah, we talked about miners. Yeah, no pervert. Okay.
Drugs.
Pancakes. Okay. Yeah, you heard me. Okay. Cypher had a 12% move. Bitfarms, this also had another 12% move. And remember, these things look like what the fuck happened. But these are charts that whales like accumulating slowly. They don't like buying premiums. They like buying discount. I like buying discounts. So Core Z, this was a banger chart that a lot of us caught in the squad here. So if we were just to do a simple fib structure here, swing high to swing low, I mean, you know, wasn't perfect, but, you know, not bad. This is where a lot of times even people like myself, you miss a trade because, ooh, there's a gap right there. Oh, it's going to get that gap. I'm just going to wait for the gap, right? And what happens? I missed the banger trade. But don't worry about that because there's tons of trades all day long. So let's go put on some of the tools that we use. Because Ishii talked about us having Ichimoku. Oh, actually, I have Snake Eyes. I'll just do Snake Eyes. Snake Eyes is something that I have for our squad here. So it's an indicator, Ichimoku cloud, some moving averages. What's a cool thing about this one is that it shows you moving averages here from other time frames. So like when people are flipping into like daily, 8 hour, 4 hour, this one kind of tells you, okay, this is where the 4 hour 200 SMA is. So it kind of gives you a little bit insight while you're looking at one time frame, gives you insight into other time frames without having to switch the chart around. So with Core Z, let me go to CLSK. And by the way, anybody who's up here, Ishii has been one of the people up here. Who's up here? Geronimo too, Quan, people up here on stage, and like usually in Discord, they're people that have taken the trading, concepts and really started to apply them. So I do want to like share, like if anybody's watching, and yeah, I would say like a lot of our squad, they've learned a lot, and just since they're up there here right now, like Manny, Quan, Geronimo, Ishii, have all taken the trading. So we all kind of Jax. Sorry, I'm just seeing what. Oh yeah, let me look at the chat. Josh, Scraggs. Yeah, I'm just scrolling here. I'm gonna go through it. Like Poco, he's like, bro, thanks for teaching us how to short. I'm like, good for you, man. Boar's in the chat, Mim. Yeah, a lot of the people that show up. You know what's really cool? When Jason, like when a lot of people like learn some stuff, they tend to like veer off and just like, oh, okay, I don't need it anymore. A lot of the traders that we hang out with could continue to show up, which is pretty cool, honestly. Molasses, these are all people that you want to pay attention to, like on the timeline, because they usually bring a more than likely an unbiased situation, and on top of that, they like fucking around, which are my people. So, CLSK. On the daily for me, this one looks like you broke the cloud. Which time frame were you looking at, or maybe my settings are off? I haven't fixed them potentially.
No, let me have a look
here.
Hold on.
I might not have changed the settings. That's why. Yeah, the settings are different. Let me get rid of it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm on the daily for the Ichima Dynamics.
Got it. Okay. And I'll go into it. I'll talk a little bit about the Ichima Dynamics. Anybody that's new to trading, okay, there's a lot of indicators. I like I said, I'm more pattern identification type person. But if you're starting to learn and you kind of want to see how like where order blocks are, and then you kind of progress into like what are the moving averages for? It's basically telling you where it's a lagging indicator where it tells you where price is likely to go. Ichimoku Cloud is one of the only indicators that's kind of future telling. So, it's very, very few that are future telling. So I would suggest people like the Snake Eyes and the Ichima Dynamics. I added the moving averages for multiple time frames to this indicator. But if you want to start off with something simple that's effective, I would go to ICH EMA Dynamics, and that captures your 55, 99 EMA, 222 EMA, and these are your conversion periods. So like if you want to look at the settings that it has, these are them. Okay. So again, if you're starting to trade, this is a really good indicator for starters and like for beginners and stuff like that. And what Ishii was talking about earlier is that when the cloud starts to flip like this, where it has what you call a Kumo twist, it typically implies a bullish signal. And right now on the daily time frame, you're about to hit the high of the cloud. You breached the 200 SMA, which is good. So as long as we're sitting up above there and you start breaking the height of this cloud, you're in a pretty good situation. So now if you're trading, this is how I use this thing when I'm using it or teaching people. Go to the 4 hour time frame. Okay, are you above the cloud or are you below the cloud? Well, I'm above the cloud. So you're more than likely better off being long. Okay, so if you're, like I said, you're day trading, scalping, you're above the cloud. This cloud is not, it's not bullish enough for me. I got to change that a little bit. Yeah, I got to make that guy green. So people say, oh, green. Oh, horny, green.
Radioactive.
I like it when I get green candles. Okay, here we go. Let me save that. Okay. What do we see here, people? What do we see? This chart is actually looks pretty good. You don't think?
A couple things.
Come
Couple
on.
things.
Come on, Ishii. Break it down for everybody. You can actually stream too if you're capable.
How? No, I'm gonna fuck it up. We'll
No,
do
it's
it.
okay. Let's do
We'll
it
do
another
it
time.
another time.
Yeah,
Yeah. I love it though.
Ishii's gonna be just throwing it out there. Ishii's gonna be doing stuff with me too. So yeah, like most of the people that in here that stream are gonna be up here like fucking around with us. So that's something that I was kind of like, slowly kind of hinting at. People that like streaming, dude, come up here, stream. I push people to do that. Like, dude, you're posting charts. Some dickhead will post a chart and it'll be totally wrong and nobody gives them shit. So
Ishii, what do I need? Do I need to be on StreamYard too?
Give him shit. Give him shit.
Who, Quan? I could hear Quan talking.
Anyone.
I said,
Yeah.
Ishii, do I need to be on
Oh,
StreamYard
sorry,
also?
I can't hear King.
You can hear King? Oh. I can hear King, but he's on stream.
Am I interrupting him?
No. He was talking, but I don't know how you can hear him. That's all.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. CLSK chart is the new Blue Chew. Yes, I like it. Okay. It's so funny, dude. Okay, look at this, guys. Leverage Labs. Earn rewards with Cube Exchange.
Whoa.
Referral code 618. Dude, I'm such a boomer, dude. I'm like, oh, a banner. Cool. Okay, enough of that. All right. CLSK looks good. You didn't tell me what you thought, Ishii. Come on, break it down for everybody.
Well, on the very large time frame, I have a descending channel. And on the closer time frame, that also looks pretty good. On the closer time frame, there's like a little W, but I don't know. It actually might be a bit too deep on the B pivot. But it also looks about like we've just pulled back to the golden pocket. Oh, it just tapped it. Yeah.
Okay.
Lots of things going on here.
A lot of things, and I think they tend to point in the bullish direction. Okay, so one thing we can just kind of just point out, you'll all start seeing this stuff a little bit better. This is pretty much a weak high up here. When you leave a weak high, you tend to come back and take them. So CLSK looks good. This was a strong high. That's why you never got back. So you had a weak high, you had your attempt, strong high, and said, sayonara. No, we're not doing that right now. We're going to have to go back into the accumulation range and start building enough strength to start to pump this up. Okay, so what do I see here? I also see a decent harmonic pattern here. Yep, that fits. Oh, that fits. A little bit short.
What happens if you put it in arithmetic?
We're
log.
there.
You're in arithmetic right now.
Yeah, I was already there. In log, it makes it fit actually.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. Well, the swing structure would actually I've been doing stocks. I typically do in arithmetic, whatever people say it different. So the way I learned arithmetic. But this is one swing. Here you go. Another swing. Like I said, it's a little bit short here. But like I said, it's enough that I cheat. Because I like usually seeing the B to the D to a 1-2-7-2 at least. But since you had a decent reaction like this and it's starting to build momentum, yeah, I'm not gonna fade that. Okay, so if you look right here on the LMACD, you start seeing the histogram starting to build the stronger buying pressure bars here. And on this indicator right here it basically tells you where heavier buyers are. And right here you see the heavy lifting coming in from bigger buys. And on RSI on the 3-day time frame, you started building above the 50 line here, did a double bottom, and we're starting to rise. So again, very horny chat, but at the same time, it's just like I said, it doesn't look bad. And if we go ahead and go ahead.
Oh, you might beat me to it. If you take the swing low to the swing high of that shape that you just had of that harmonic, the last low was in the golden pocket.
Right. So what do we see here, guys? Also, that big, nice, juicy harmonic right here. What did we do? Basically got to this highs rejected, but we're not at this point. This is where the meat is at $6, and that's where we've been holding it. Because there's a lot of action here, right here, all the way through. So like if I go ahead and draw this here, there's a lot of action here in this chart. I'll switch back and forth. There you go. Okay. Place of attention, 460, 691. Place of attention. Sometimes the candles are deceiving, so we're going to leave it here. But yeah, this looks good. It looks like you're just building another foundation here, building an order block, and it looks like we're going to get a move at least to the cloud, which is showing 1269, and any breach of the cloud is positive. Right now in the daily time frame, okay, you're forming kind of a cup. If you really zoom out, you're doing this slow move where you just go, okay, that's what we want to see. Okay, looks good. Okay, anything else? Okay, so I'm trying to cut these to an hour, and I love requests, but then I also, I have a, it's called, thing called a life, and I have a new baby, so yeah. God, please not retail. Arithmetic. Morass is on the brew true. Okay, Ishi, do you see anything in Discord? Any requests?
I was just running back to Stuart. He was showing like that what we were just looking at, where I talked about pulling back to the golden pocket. That's like we've just started the third wave was his projection. So it was kind of what we were talking about. Otherwise, nothing. Yeah.
Manny, leave. Okay. Let's go look at this guy here. Oh, by the way, like I said, we're doing stocks and all kind of stuff. I think some of you guys caught the low. I mean, Jax, if you're not following Jax, I mean, in our Telegram, he's been on a super heater on stocks. So yeah, he posts a lot in our Telegram. So and again, stocks they're killing it right now. That's why I've kind of told a lot of Keijo. Jax is Keijo is your dad, or your vice versa. Yeah, the stocks have been killing it. Some crypto has been flat and shit. And if you guys know, I kind of bully people, and I'm like, hey, don't fade stocks. They're gonna do good. I mean, yeah, they're gonna do good. So don't fade them. So here's one Webull. This was just chilling at a low, and it's like, hey, Robinhood beta play. This thing looks decimated. This is where you want to buy charts when they're at a discount, a very, very good discount. And if they're gonna start offering crypto, or they already offer crypto stuff, but if they add additional crypto stuff, yeah, that I can see this just being a beta play, just kind of like, when Dog comes out on crypto, there's Dogecoin, and then there's Pepe Doge and Baby Doge and Dick Butt Doge and all that stuff. Kind of the same shit. There's beta plays on the stock market. Okay. You know what I'm talking about. All you people that launch coins like clone coins and take people's $5 of like, hey man, did you see Baby Doge? Oh yeah. I'm like, fucking guy. All right. What do we got? SEI. I love this stuff, dude. SEI is like, did you hear Circle owns this stuff? I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, I was like, remember when
Did
I
you
was
know their
all
major holder?
Circle's their major holder. Oh my god. Remember when I was bullish on stablecoins and everybody's like, why are you bullish on the dollar?
Yeah, you're talking about the Circle IPO for months, and everyone's like, "Oh no, I don't like stable coins."
What's a
And then
stable
that
coin? Who
fucking
cares? But no, the thing is with stablecoin, though, I've been bullish on stablecoins for a long time, is because this whole thing that you see, and I don't get into the politics of shit and all that. It's like this humongous wealth transfer, and where everybody wants to be with crypto, adoption and all that stuff. Well, guess what? How do you do that? You accomplish that with stablecoins, right? How do people enter the market? How do you get dollars over here? How do you make the global dollar? USDC. Tether's cool, but it has a pretty bad history, and USDC is something that if it has some inner weavings with government and private agency, it could be something. So, could be something. So SEI, the fact that Circle, they say that they own a bunch of it, that's where you saw this giga move here. So we got a shallow pullback here so far. I typically tend to want to wait for down here. But again, this is enough. When you lose a 200 and you reclaim, so if you actually come down to 27.12 and you start holding, that's actually pretty good. Yeah. I mean, I measured the swing here, and if we measure all the way down here, let's go look. Okay, swing high. And you do have a Kumo twist to the high side on the daily. So right here, you got a little bit of a. You see, I'm gonna be honest. When you see the price action build under the 65% like this, it typically implies that we're gonna come back. But let's keep analyzing this. Let's keep analyzing 1, 2, 3. I think you got another kick out of this thing. Actually, I think you either have 35 cents to about 40 cents. Yeah, I think you still have gas on this. This doesn't show it on the daily time frame with a momentum oscillator, the histogram, and the RSI. It shows like a kick up. Yes, it does show that. But what it does show is that whales are starting to take profit. Yeah, and they're exiting, and this is where you're starting to see retail actually start to purchase more. That is typically not what you want to see. You want to see like heavy buying. Let's go look at the hourly. Okay, whoa. Rainbow chart. Let's go see. Nothing on the hourly here. What you do see is the crisscross here with some heavier lifting coming in. So yeah, what I'm gonna on the lower time frame, I do see a kick to the high. So I'm gonna go ahead and think you're probably gonna get a move like this. Something like this, but I'm also gonna say don't fall in love with this thing here. Because I think they're gonna run the high and then it's gonna pull back. Probably leave a shitty high, pull back, and then go. Yeah, I could see that happening. Yeah, but I think higher for now.
Honestly, I was a little surprised it hadn't gone down yet, but yeah.
Yeah, it like I said, it looks higher, but it does look kind of baity. Like, hey, come long me, come long me.
Check me out.
Check me out. Circle owns me. And then you create this W pattern, and what do the W patterns do? Okay, so everybody
Gotcha, bitch.
Yeah, exactly. The gotcha bitch. And here's the thing. If you remember our logo with a W, it looks like a W or a bat. That's usually the W of take a win. Okay. W's tend to be bearish where they pull back. So if you have the completed W at a certain place, you take a win. If you see an M, you might want to buy some. You might make some money with that M pattern. But the W typically implies that you're going to get a pullback. Does it mean that it's over? No. It means that once they play out, it tends to pull back. And if I go into a little bit of a higher time frame here, what do we see? We see a larger M pattern. Okay. Larger M pattern. Boom. Okay. A little short. A lot of these harmonics that we have here are a little bit short from what I'd like to see. And again, this one right here, this is a little bit on a danger because you see the swing, you see the W, and if we go ahead and ding, hit there, there's a pretty good chance you're going to come run the low, hit that 11 cent. So we got to be careful there. And that would actually give us a little bit more oomph down there, okay? If this actually ends up breaking down like this, you're going to do that like swing fail pattern, okay? If we want to remain bullish on this, we really don't want to start losing the 20 cent mark, because if you lose the 20 cent mark, it's pretty much telling you you're going to run this pivot, which is at 15 cents. Okay. Ishi, do you see anything else that people are requesting?
I think we are SPX. Josh has asked for
SPX, one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Shout out Mike and Baprol, homies. Let me see here. Where do I want to look at this?
Did you say back rolls?
Baprol. That's like
Oh,
Baprol's what are the G's in SPX? So
back rolls. Go to the gym.
Back rolls. That's Jux on the elliptical machine right now. Let me see. Let me go. Oh, okay. I'm not meaning to go to shitters yet. I was gonna end at 5 minutes. Shitters. Theranos is a play that for some reason this thing, when I saw it on the way up, I was like, dude, I don't even know who's bidding this, and then I go look, and it's decent people, so I have a feeling this thing's gonna run again. So the shitters, but I'm looking at, let me see, SPX. Give me a second here. I'm gonna put it up here. Ran the high, pulled back, 94 cents. Okay, you're hitting the pivot.
Looks a lot like a cup, hey?
Little cup, little handle. Okay, I'm gonna go back to the chart over here. Similar thing. So on the 12-hour time frame, you're sitting above the cloud, which is okay, right? And you almost tagged the 200, but that's enough for me. Remember, with this indicator in particular, it has the 222 EMA, and really the reason why it's a 222, the objective is the 200. The 222 is to account for the running stops. So yeah, so if like the indicator, if I was to change that to 200, I'll show you. Let's see what happens. Interesting. So it's closer, right? So you front ran the 200 by a little smidge, but I'm going to keep it on the 222. It makes me feel safe. Okay. There you go. So if we
makes me feel safe.
It makes me feel safe, warm and fuzzy inside. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pull back. So if we get one more just to retest the bottom of the cloud, I think that's the one that can bring us. But I'm going to be honest with you again. This is always a place to watch when you run a high. If from different, there's different trading styles. Whenever you run a high like this, it's called a break of structure. And whenever you have a break of structure, running an old high, you tend to pull back. But if you notice here, whenever you're at a height of a move and you have a clear W like that, it tends to want to do this. Okay. So that's something that you all gotta pay attention to, that it doesn't do that. If anything, what we want to see is more consolidation. That's what we want to see, more sideways consolidation so that it does that. But if we start getting rapid moves here, that's where you have to be a little bit more apprehensive with your trade. Yeah, because if it starts building a swing low W and then starts pulling back and can come back up, yeah, it's likely that you're going to come back to 84 cents, which I wouldn't mind because I just buy more. But again, if we just go ahead and move sideways, that'd be good. And ultimately, I'm just going to go ahead and not be lazy. Okay, if we start moving sideways, what you want to be looking for is 3-wave moves. Okay, 3. I want to rip my face off because we just keep moving sideways. 3. Run all of it, and then you go. Ultimately, like I said, there's some charts that you're going to be like, dude, I don't want it to do this and go up right away because that implies down. But if you end up moving sideways like this, series of threes are corrective patterns. They're the ones that intentionally get you tired so that you either start shorting the bottom or longing a high. So if you're good at trading, you're going to be like, wow, there's a range right here. I'm just going to sell the high, buy the low, and sell the high, and then buy the low, and then sell the high and buy the low until it doesn't work anymore. Okay? So these are the kind of things that we go over a lot within the squad. All right, I'm going to go, since I don't see anything right now, I'm going to go ahead and go to the shitters, okay? Sometimes we talk about, okay, Aura, there's a lot of big sellers, but they're disappearing. And you already had, okay, so let's go to this guy. These people, I swear, I mean, how do you sell Aura, dude? How?
Negative aura.
Negative aura. Okay. So if this is the impulse, we see that big M pattern here. Okay. This works to the tick, right? You got a little bit past 618, 65%. That's where you ended up actually moving. So now you're cooking here. So as long as we're not losing this like 084, we're Gucci. But you already had your first attempt right here. Okay. Into the block, like we're saying. First attempt, okay, pull back. You're cooking above the pivot here. So I'd be looking for a move to do this next. Okay. That's what it looks like it's going to do. Yeah, and if you look at the RSI here, from this low here, you have a bit of a div. Or do you?
Not as much, but look at the MACD.
Not as much, yeah.
Look at the MACD and look how much it's just like coiling in.
I need to wear my glasses. I'm like blurry now. Fuck. Old man. Dog over there. I had to comment on his shit, and then some other guy, my other buddy Frankie, he's like, "You are ancient." I'm like, "Yeah, fuck you. You're probably ugly and fucking have probably cycloptic." Yeah. Cycloptic. Has anybody called you cycloptic before?
Is there an ointment for that?
There was a guy at the gym today. He had a fucking eye patch. It was awesome. And he was holding a Louis Vuitton like gym bag, and I was like, "Oh, bro, what the fuck? Who are you?" Wearing a fucking
Jesus
eye patch.
Christ.
He looked like he was wearing like American Gladiator type tights too. I'm like, dude, I know. I had to look at my fucking watch to see if it was like Halloween, but it wasn't. It's just the middle of June.
You should have invited him to the Thunderdome.
No, I have enough crazy people here already. He was for sure crazy.
Would have been a good show.
I gotta tell you, the first thing I thought to myself was, this guy's showing up with a Louis Vuitton bag, gym bag, to a gym where it's maybe not the best hair. I'm like, bro, do you want to get your shit fucking taken? But whatever. That's a whole nother story. Shitters. Okay, so Aura looks decent. I'll even go on stock chain after. Okay, Labubu. I toy meta. I think he's gonna do okay. These things are just cooks. You just gotta be patient. Oh God. Okay, Ray. Here's your glory, Ray. Sleaze coin. It's building. So I have some. There's a reason why I buy certain shit. When it just keeps showing up on my fucking timeline, I'm like, okay, this is kind of funny and it's catchy. People are catching on to it. I'm like, okay, I'll buy some. So somebody tried to vamp attack it last night with what did they call it? Green gleams or sparkles or some bullshit. Like, yeah, people have already tried to vamp attack it, but I think Sleaze is a little bit of what's his name? Yeah, I think it's catchy. Domo is something is like along with a toy meta, but it's getting punished right now. Let me see. ADM is just holding this. It's cooking. If you look at the RSI here on the daily, it's just marinating. So I'd actually look at RSI a little bit more than I would the candles. But yeah, with everything, just give it time. There's always, I mean, here's the thing. Even when this thing pulls back, there's always a buyer. That's why I'm like, fuck, I'm going to keep holding this because people keep buying it up when it dips. And a lot of people, when you look at KTA, Tibber, and ADM, those are kind of the three that I've been putting in the drum that they're kind of linked up. I mean, if you guys do your homework on ADM, I mean, they raised a bunch of money. So I know a lot of people hate VCs. I like VCs when coins are bottomed out, but I don't like VCs when they're doing shady shit when they're exiting the market. So, but that's the way it is. It's just the way it is. You get people with money, capital to push markets up, reprice things, and then when they're ready to go and made their profit, they reprice them to the downside and they sell them to people that are not research or don't understand risk. So that's just the way the game is. So if you hate VCs, like them at the bottom. Let me see. There's a lot of garbage. I'm not gonna go into stuff that's super low market cap. Hosiko. Hosiko is one that's just steadily been climbing. So anybody who's into this thing, yeah, I think that harmonic wise here, yeah, you're starting to build here. So even if we get a
It's
little
been showing up on your stock chain too.
yes, it has. I'll jump into that in a minute. So okay, so since you mentioned it, let's go use that. Hosiko, I'm gonna copy this. So right here, typically when I get into plays, this is something called stock chain. It gives you a lot of an edge, and they were awesome and let me use their platform for a little bit. They called me a KOL, and I'm like, fuck, man. There goes the neighborhood.
Did they give you a ref code?
Yeah. So
You should share it.
let's see. Let me see. Refer friends. Oh man, I don't want to lose this.
We could do it another time. Oh, promo code
Sorry.
618. There you go.
Is it? Oh yeah, copy code 618 promo code. There you go. So let me show you the functionality. Oh, look at that. Jux is getting a boner right now. Nub is going for it.
Oh, it's coming back.
Okay, so oh man, I love you, Ishi, but you already know my brain.
Sorry.
I love the Canadian sorry. That's the best. Let me see the Canadian sorry. Okay. So what you can do here, like I said, as an edge for me, the live DCA feed, it tells you how money's moving. And if there's DCAs on something, that means that people are interested. So if I go over here and like I want to see anything, somebody has a DCA of 2.5K. I want to see the active ones. So there's nothing active right now for this Hosiko actually has no active DCAs right now. So completed ones, you had somebody here sold. Yeah, actually this thing doesn't have very many things that I'd be like, wow. If anything, it looks kind of shit, to be honest with you. Right here, you saw somebody buy or sell 28 grand worth of Hosiko. And if you see this DCA running, you're just like, well, fuck, man, this person keeps putting sell pressure on it. So maybe I don't want to buy that. So if I go over here to Nub, let's go look at Nub right now. Instead of Hosiko. Hosiko's chart looks good. It's just the DCA, there doesn't seem like there's a lot of people putting some money into it right now. Okay. So somebody's selling 7K out of it, right? They're selling into it. And it tells you that they're selling 3.5K every minute or whatever. So somebody is probably, this is already completed. Sorry. Let me go look at the active ones. Okay. So somebody's buying $80,000 worth of Nub. So you see this right here? The progress is 7.3. So it's buying $257 worth of it every 2 minutes. Okay. So let's get, here you go. Here's a free play for you guys. Maybe buy some Nub. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you have somebody buying 80K worth of it, maybe take a punt. Maybe.
Is that the only DCA in on it right now, or are there more?
There's another one that's like a 3.5K, 3.6K, 3.6K. Yeah, same
80K.
wallet. What's that? I'm sorry.
I'm just commenting 80K.
Yeah, exactly. So with this thing here, you have almost 90K worth of buying. Actually, never mind. This one is the only one that's buying. Here, somebody's selling about 7K, 8K worth of Nub to Chonky, Nub to Soul. Okay, but the fact that you have 80K worth of buying pressure on it, that could be a play that you want to ride. And it gives you the DCA here that it's going to take about 9 hours to fill. You can't just go off of that, though, because if that person decides to cut the DCA, then, then that buying pressure kind of is not there, right? It's kind of like when we look at orders. Let's go look at, is this helpful to people? I don't see comments, but,
Yes.
Okay. Because this is all data driven, man. Like when I do trades, I go off of data, especially the meme coins. I like the shitters, but I like the ones with a bigger market cap because I rather get into something that I can just hang out and put some money at rather than worry about getting rugged, man. Because getting rugged sometimes, and I told Manny, I have the habit of going too hard on shit, and like, yeah, I just not good. Okay, let's see any active stuff right now on. Okay, so with Aura right now, you have like nothing special, like 5K worth of like buying pressure. Like that's okay. It's nothing big. Completed here. Just kind of look at this. There was a big sells, right? And that's where I honestly see the hand switching in that thing. So with Aura, you had somebody that bought, 15K worth of pressure, 25K, 10K, 101K right here yesterday. So like you see how big money is buying this stuff, like right here, 20K, 10K. That shit, when you see money like moving into it like that, it's just a matter of time. And that's why I tend to be bullish on things like that, where there's big money that are just buying stacks like that. So, and again, a lot of people made money on this shit and they're going to take profit. So again, this is actually nice. There's a lot of big money coming into Aura, but everything takes time. Does anybody want to see a specific coin? Okay, top tokens. And like I said, I don't do this often because this is like a paid thing, but I'm just showing people like the edge. But I mean, sometimes I feel like it's unfair that like, they have a paid service and I don't like, fucking pay for
No,
it.
you're
Right?
showing them. You're
Oh, yeah.
showing them. You're showing people what they can do. And remember, the code if you want to sign up is 618 APES. I'm gonna be your fucking show person, Vanna White.
Thank you. Okay, so for the last 3 days, the bigger coins have been Fartcoin, Bonk, and Aura for net flows. Okay, so if you guys look at this here with meme coins, we had a pretty good day today with like flows coming in. Okay, so today has been kind of flat, but I tend to think when you have an even position here from buys and sells, it's trying to trend to the upside. So I think we're gonna have a decent move tomorrow. These are just trends in meme coins. It looks like, yeah, we might pop up. And remember, we dumped out kind of today. So a lot of times we reverse the next day. The top tokens we got here, okay, 24-hour, here you go. You guys can look. It's so funny. I saw Mooding. I was thinking about Mooding. What happened to that garbage? There you go. Fartcoin, JTO, Chill House, Fwog. And these are all like volume, right? So the lower you go, I mean, yeah, like these don't have too much volume. It's like, it's okay. They're showing up on the board, right? But the ones that with high volume, that's where people want. Like right here, GP. I forget what the name of this is. This is the Graph Protocol, like the Toyota Robotics. The startup had 23K worth of volume. Big volume was more on WIF today, which was 65K volume. Moodang, 76K volume. Zeta Markets coin, they've been definitely pushing that thing kind of a lot. Let's see, Chill House, you had almost 100K worth of volume. JTO, Jito, and Fartcoin, look at that. Coming in with net volume, 700, almost 800K net volume with a million buys. Interesting, right? The KOL tokens, I don't see too much in that stuff. These are KOL tokens, like where you click on it and it'll tell you whatever rat on Twitter is talking about. So yeah, these are the top 10. The leaderboard here tells you what you guys, I guess, are good at trading or insider information. So, oh, sorry, I didn't mean that. Let me see. I didn't mean that. I mean it completely. Okay. I'm just kidding. And there you go. The trends. People are starting to lean into Trump coin, Jupe, Useless. This thing has been just going. Useless has just been boom, 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 boom. I think it's going to pull back, but I'd pay attention to it because it's already moved up to almost a 200K market cap. If Jax is in here, Peony. What a rug. Let's see here. But that's it, guys. I mean, and you got Labubu down there too. Was it on the top 20? So again, this is the stuff that we do on a daily in our Discord. But again, I'm just, like I said, I'm doing this with a collaboration with Cube, and we have pretty much resident traders here, and Ishii is up here, so we'll keep doing this. Peep startup on stock. Yes, give me a sec. Startup. Let's look at startup. Ooh, all right. I'm not gonna say anything. The last time I was like, "Oh, good job for this person, Soul Princess. She's killing it." Everybody's like, "Oh, you love her." I'm like, "Yeah, she's smart." Okay. So that's that. I mean, you have what, at 720K volume. Sell, you had a little bit more sell volume, but like these are the kind of things that if you're looking for a pullback, you may be getting one of those. Let's go look at her over here. Yeah, this looks good. I like it. I'd be waiting for a pullback though, because I can see this. So just from the measurement here. Yeah, this is pullback area. So looks good, but pullback area. And you know how we say, if it closes above the 175, very high likelihood that you're going to come get it again. But yeah, this is pullback area. Resistance here because you guys see the big M harmonic there. Okay, I'm going to cut it there though, guys. I'll see you again. I'm going to be doing these live streams 3 times a week, probably one on the weekend, and the next one just probably on either Friday or Wednesday. I'll keep everybody posted. But yeah, we'll be in Discord Monday through Friday, regular time, guys. Thank you for showing up. And like I said, check out Cube. Bye.